Hello and welcome, my flying pancakes laying little tiny syrup poops on people's cars. And welcome to another episode of Bloons Tower Defense 6! Today we're going to be having an absolute party with you guys. But it's going to get real funky real freaking fast. Now if you notice from the thumbnail, we already know that Druids are going to be part of this video. So, the main thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that this is going to get really weird really fast. But my main goal today is to make Druids be useful without ending up needing Obyn. And I feel like that's really difficult to do, because Obyn, if you guys haven't seen my previous video, highly recommend you check that thing out, is ridiculously powerful in combination with Druids. And if you guys have not pressed that like button yet, pretty please do that right now. That would be unbelievably helpful. I would love you guys so much. And subscribe if you haven't, because I've got a lot more content coming at you guys' face real freaking soon, baby. And don't forget that Battles 2, for a lot of people that don't pay attention, is coming. We don't know exactly when, but it's coming this year. This year? Yeah. Could be in a month, could be in 6 months, could be in 6 months, 24 days, 25 days. Yeah, it could. Anyways, today I gotta make Druids useful. And in my opinion, the only useful Druids that we can actually make happen properly is by getting high-level Druids. But because I'm playing an Improbable, I have the ability to do something really weird. I have the ability to sell. Yes, I have the ability to sell things. So today, I'm going to do something kind of goofy. But admittedly, most of that goofiness revolves, again, around farming, but not super hard. Just like a reasonable amount, maybe like 3 farms or something like that. So that's why I started off with Sada, because Sada is one of the best starting heroes in the game. She can just pop all the Bloons for a long time, and has cam detection. Only thing she doesn't have is lead popping power. So I think the first time we're going to actually need something else is probably around round 28 here. That's looking pretty good for us. I'm going to do kind of a weird lead popping power kind of situation here. I'm going to go for a Boom Boom, and we're going to scout to the bottom path Red Hot Rings. We're going to put them on strong as well, just to make sure that we hit that lead balloon thing. Then, on top of that, I want to get fast throwing and faster rings, and I feel like this guy, believe it or not, will be a surprisingly good addition to our team for a pretty good amount of time here. The next thing I'm going to do is actually want to start getting my Druid ready. So I don't want to go super hardcore with this thing, but I'm going to put him in sort of a weird spot here, something that doesn't normally make too much sense. Alright? Normally doesn't make too much sense. But in this situation, will make a lot of sense. It's for the Heart of the Oak, man. And now we want to kill the regen Bloons, just in case there's 5 million regen Bloons leaking through the back of the map here. Gotta kill them all. Nah, I'm messing with you, man. It's for Druid the Jungle and for Jungle's Bounty over here. Now, please keep in mind that we are playing on Improbable, which means that everything is more expensive. So if you played on a, game mode like Hard or something like that, this might work a little bit better for you. But in my current situation, this is how it's gotta go down. In addition, I also went for no Banana Farmer. Hey, that's weird for Chris to do. First of all, I'm low on Monkey Buddy, so I can't really just waste it like that. And second of all, I want to get some marketplaces going, not for any particular reason other than I don't need to collect them anymore after that, and things will just go well for me. Alright guys, so here's probably the weirdest part of my entire strategy. The MOAB's coming up soon, and obviously I really don't have the popping power for it at the moment. So we're going to spend the least amount of money that we can to pop this MOAB, and I think the best way that I can do that is with a Helipallet. So now we finally got our marketplace, so we don't need a micro over there, so the Helipallet is completely fine for me to micro. But anyways, I'm still going to get the Quad Darts, the Pursuit, and hopefully if I can afford it here, the Razor Rotors. If not, it could be a little bit more. Oh, there we go. We hit Razor Rotors by $40. Holy crap! Holy crap! Perfect! Dude, talk about delicious. Now I can just leave him on Pursuit here and let him do his job. And it's finally time! So, we can finally get the Jungle's Bounty. $6,000, though, still not cheap. But when you do finally get this Jungle's Bounty, keep in mind the Druid Jungle has not gotten 0 pop so far. I mean, it's at 2,000. Comparatively, for the amount of money spent, a Dart Monkey's way better, Boomerang way better. Not really doing all that much, at least killing some ceramics here and there, some strong Bloons here and there. But the main thing about Jungle's Bounty is now we can start earning extra cash flow. The weirdest thing about Jungle's Bounty, though, is that it's more effective with the banana farms you have. And usually that means you want to buy a bunch of low-tier banana farms, which is weird and doesn't make that much sense. And we only get $500 per ability. That means we need to use a whopping 12 abilities just to pay for ourselves over here. That is not that effective as it currently lies. But because it's only on Unpoppable and not on Chimps, we could do something ridiculous here. And that is what we're going to do. We've got about $15,000 saved up inside of our banana farms here. And as soon as I get that money, man, we're going for it. So I really want to call this strategy the Rush of the Forest. I feel like it's a really cool name. And we're ready. Let's do it. Unless I math wrong. Didn't math wrong. Spirit of the Forest. Beautiful. Now what's great about this guy is that he also makes you money. He's making us money every single round here, and he's still got his ability here, which doesn't make as much money if you don't have banana farms set up, but we can easily set up our banana farms. So what's really awesome about this guy is that he does a lot of stuff. Alright, I think a lot of people overlook this guy as a valid tower in the game, and that's because, straight up with you guys, he's a 5th tier tower, he's still a reasonably priced 5th tier tower, and he's not the most powerful tower in the game. But what he does is do a bunch of everything. Yes. So I can't forget to use my abilities. I know I'm going to forget to use my abilities. Just bear with me here, guys, please. But he kills all the balloons. Pretty much all the balloons. I mean, look at his pop count already. 21,000. Compare that to Sawda, 15,000, 5,000. He's freaking amazing already. I mean, that's not nothing, guys. But one of his main weaknesses, sadly, is actually camo leads or lead balloons. He cannot pop DDTs as he currently lies, which is pretty sad. Luckily, I've got my Razor Rotors Heli over here, and they're going to help us out a lot. Oh my god, look at that cash flow, dude. That was freaking amazing. Now, with these guys, you can go either upgrade, really, but the Valuable Banana seems to be a slightly more efficient upgrade, so we're going to go for those instead of the top paths, because we have the money to just kind of buy it all at once, instead of having to go for the 2-0 and earn our way up to the 2-0-3. So, in addition, we're making $700 every single time here, so we're already up to about $12,700 made with just this single, $13,700 with this single Druid right here. Now, overall, he's going to cost about $50K, so we want to see how close we're going to get to paying for ourselves, and how close we're going to get to paying for ourselves if we're allowed to sell it. Now, that's something that you don't normally think about. All right, I'm going to move this guy to lock in place, and we're going to lock him in place up on the front of the map here, because I think that's where I need to use him. He's going to be my lead popping power for a little while. Oddly enough, he's my only lead popping power. Do have the IFR, so I got that camo lead as well. And we're going to watch this Spirit of the Forest really go to town here, man. This is round 63 and 64. This is crazy. Also, at this point, pretty much every single one of your towers should be on strong. Because all we need to do is pop that top layer, and the Spirit of the Forest is going to clean up the rest. There's only one other tower that I wanted to build before I ended up getting to the late game here, and starting our real strategy, and that's the Alchemist. I think we should not go without an Alchemist on top of Sawda. It's just a waste of so much popping power, it's ridiculous, and if I could, alchemize anything else, I want it to be my Helipal, because he's doing pretty good as well. Alright guys, we're on 75 right now. Don't forget that this is a big balloon level. Usually one of the more difficult rounds up until round 80. And I would say we smoked it. I mean, like, no issues whatsoever on round 75. And I think even on 78, those ceramics are going to mean nothing to us. This is pretty wild so far, how amazing this strategy is working for us. Alright, round 80. It's official. We were able to save up over $80,000 using the Spirit of the Forest and a couple other support towers here, guys. This is not like I did a lot of work. I just rushed a Spirit of the Forest, Rush of the Forest. I got him as fast as possible, and he paid for himself by round 80. Oh my god, that is ridiculous, dude. And look at this. We beat everything to round 80. Not like, oh, barely. No, we really did honestly take it down. And now it's time for the second part of our strategy to unfold here. Now is where it gets interesting. So the major issue is round 80 plus is considered free play mode. And what happens to these higher tier balloons is kind of interesting. All MOABs are going to get stronger over time. So while a single MOAB will have 200 health at round 80, at round 100, I don't know the exact amount, but it's going to have something like 280, so it's going to get stronger over time. It's the same thing with BFBs, same thing with Oh My Gods, same thing with bad balloons, but also what's really interesting is the ceramics turn into automatically super ceramics. Now, these super ceramics are supposed to stop lag, because realistically, you guys know the drill. Normally what happens is a ceramic pops into a rainbow, the rainbow pops into two zebras, the two zebras pop into blacks and whites, and blah, 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 blah. But when you get to this many Bloons, they didn't want that to cause a lot of lag. So instead of one ceramic pops into one rainbow, which pops into one zebra, which pops into one black, which pops into all the rest of the Bloons. So realistically, instead of making all those Bloons extrapolate out into a ridiculous amount of Bloons, instead they decided just, let's make ceramics stronger. And then we don't have to worry about it as much. And that is a fair way to think about the game, but now you can tell that the ceramics are getting very, very far in this game. And it's time for us to do something about it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get a Superstorm, and I'm done with all these banana farms. We don't need them anymore. We got a Superstorm. We're going to put this guy on last, I think is the best thing for us. And check this out already. Oh my god, look at that. That's so cool. It just shoots out big, giant bundles of lightning all at once. That's awesome. All right. So in combination, you can go either way, but I still think the better way to go is Heart of the Vengeance, just so we shoot faster. We want our big, giant mega shots to shoot faster. But this isn't all we want to do. We want to do something different, right? While this strategy, first of all, is pretty amazing, please keep in mind that against Zoma God class Bloons and really, really high class Bloons, if you don't have an infinite range popper, it might actually just make things take a long time to pop. I mean, this guy's popping very few Bloons when we're dealing with Zoma God layers, and nobody's really attacking these Zoma Gods, just my helipad. So, like, they're going to take forever to pop. But the goal is not to make this happen fast, it's to find a really cool and good strategy, and that's what we're going to do. So the main thing I want to do is I want to go for an Avatar of Wrath. Now, don't forget that the Avatar of Wrath is going to end up giving ourselves a speed up on all other Druids. In fact, what we can do is we can end up popping down, what's the hotkey? There we go. We can pop down a lot of Druids. All right, we're going to try to spam these guys in here. Again, very similar to a usual Obyn strategy. We want to get at least 5 of these guys. Just total, just 5 of them. We don't need the 6 as usual because I don't really care what any of these other guys are doing. All I want is I want my Superstorm to be the max buff that it can be, which is 5 times Druiditized. Ha 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 ha. Also, because I don't want to end up making this take forever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop down a Dark Knight at least. Put him on strong here. So any of these Zoma Gods coming in here will actually be popped, right? I mean, I think about, you know what, let's go for a double dosing here. Let's go for a double dosing of these guys. Put them on strong. Now, this is not an important part of the strategy, but it's going to cause us to not wait around forever against the really, really big Bloons. The main thing that you have to notice is that the Superstorm does not allow a single MOAB class Bloon to get anywhere past this zone right here. Anywhere past this zone right here. Literally just thunderstorms railing these guys right now. Riding them really freaking hard. And you guys know how I like to get ridden over here, right? So, what? I mean, no, let's take that back. You guys know how I like to ride these Bloons. If I was in a blimp. No, I wouldn't like that either, because then I would get killed by monkeys. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons not to get in a blimp these days, you know, either the, explodingness of them, or being attacked by monkeys at some point, randomly. Have you guys ever thought that maybe the monkeys are evil? And maybe these blimps have a bunch of people inside, and they're just trying to get from A to B, and all of a sudden, wild monkeys attack. And the wild monkeys just keep attacking them for no reason. And now it's like just this random war has started for no reason at all. You know? The backstory of Bloons. It's a little bit weird when you really get down and think about it. Anyways, we've got a Superstorm here, which is, again, I guess a little bit boring here because we're too good. We're legit too good with this strategy. And it's mostly thanks to my little Druid friend over here. Now don't forget that you can also buff these guys even further. You can get an Alchemist going if you want. I don't quite have the money for it yet, but you can easily go for a Permabrew, $72,000 here in no time at all, especially if you start rebuilding your banana farms and stuff. But I just don't care enough about that to actually make that happen here. All right, but I guess we can still make more money. I can't believe how much money this guy made. He not only paid for himself, he just about paid for 2 of himself here. That's pretty wild. Ooh, you know what I want to try? Let's check this out. Let's press this button. Get ready for it. Ba-boom. Oh, it was cool. I don't know if it really did that much, but it was definitely cool to look at. Around 98, the biggest Bloon level in the freaking game, guys. Like, by far. This is non-issue. Superstorm. I mean, this guy's good. He really is good, but again, his one weakness, I don't know if you guys know this or not, it's the bad balloon. All right, so let's check it out. Will we have enough popping power? I think with the Avatar of Wrath, we should be good. And two of these guys, and our Sada. Oh, look at that. Zomagotch just walking back. They're literally just floating backwards. We sent them back to the start. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. So I think the craziest part about all of this is probably the fact that in free play, we'd be basically unstoppable. I don't think there is a single Bloon that's going to sneak through here until we start dealing with bad Bloons around 120 or something, beyond that. But the 3 Druid combo is a way to play the game. I mean, it's a really weird strategy. You want to get some money flowing with this guy. You want to start building something that's really, really good over here, either a Superstorm or try to combine it with some sort of Avatar Wrath or something like that. But don't forget that the Superstorm is extra especially good if you're going to buff in over here. So don't forget about that nonsense. The buffing of them will be kind of important here. And last but not least, don't forget that you can also buff them even further by getting something really cool, like an Alchemized Permabrood Superstorm over here. And then the pop count is just going to absolutely extrapolate out into ridiculousness. If you guys enjoyed, again, press that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. And, of course, have a super duper delicious day.